Hey everyone, C. Scott Brown here from Authority Media. Today I'm going to be talking with Elena Perez, a representative from Fitbit. We're going to be discussing the Fitbit Sense 2 smartwatch and its star feature, body response. Check it out.
So I'm Elena Perez. I'm a group product manager here at Fitbit within Google, and our team works on all things stress management, including body response features.
Awesome. So, and how long have you been with Fitbit?
I've been with Fitbit for almost 4 years now.
Okay.
So I've been here from the start when we first launched our first experience, and our team launched the latest one last year with Sense 2.
Awesome. That's great. So let's jump right into this. I'm excited to talk about this. I'm a huge Fitbit fan. I have a Fitbit Sense. I don't have a Fitbit Sense 2, but I do have a Fitbit Sense, which I love. I use all the time. I've recommended numerous people buy it. So I'm really excited to talk to you about all this stuff because this is kind of cutting edge stuff that not too many wearables do. The focus of what we're going to be talking about today is stress. And stress has become a major focus for health and overall health in the past maybe like decade or so. So what's going on? Is stress just like killing all of us? Like why is stress such a hot topic at the moment?
Yeah, so stress is typically associated with, that feeling of worry or what we normally associate with stress of normal life, like those negative pressures or demands of normal life. But actually, that is part of it, the emotional side of it. But there's also physical stress. And really what we're working on and helping people track is that physical response that we have to everyday life demands. And so what I actually think is happening is that there's more awareness. People are talking more about stress and the fact that we all experience it. And while there's still the stigma of it being negative, it could also be positive. If you think about preparing for a presentation, that small burst of stress can actually motivate you or help you meet a deadline or even avoid danger in many cases. And I think there's more openness to talk about stress and how it impacts our everyday lives. And it's very personal. What causes me stress or how my body reacts, probably different than other people, might be different from you. But really the tools that we're building are designed to help us both, regardless of what our stressors are or how our body reacts to them.
So this feature that we're discussing today is called body response, and it kind of ties into what you were just talking about there, where it's like it's analyzing your body's physical stuff and then sort of creating a graph or some sort of data from that to then assess your stress level. So how is this working? What is happening here when I put the Fitbit Sense 2 on and it says you're stressed? How does it get from point A to point B?
Yeah, so on the Sense 2 for this body response experience, Sense 2 is powered by an on-wrist electrodermal activity sensor, and it's continuously tracking. So we actually call it CDA, and it's on all day, and that gives you the all-day stress management. And this type of sensor is typically used more in scientific research. So we're really excited to have been able to bring it to the Sense 2, and also thinking about possibilities for the future that we can provide our users with that. But along with CDA, we also couple that with heart rate variability, and skin temperature. And the whole goal is to identify these acute moments, these changes in your body response or your physical response to potential stressors that might be happening or potential things that might be stress or signs of stress. When we detect these potential acute moments, we prompt you. And the goal is not just to notify you that something's happening, but also to allow an opportunity for you to reflect on what's going on. Is that positive? Is that a negative stressor? And also give you an opportunity to take action. And we intentionally designed it so that it's a few minutes later, when we think you're most likely able to take a step back, reflect, and actually take action. And you'll get the notification on your wrist, and you can take action either on the wrist, you can reflect, do a breathing session right on your device, or you can go back to the mobile app at your own time, whatever's more convenient for you. But the whole idea is that we want to help you gain greater awareness of your mind and body connection and what those stressors might be. And the goal is to help you understand and gain awareness so that over time you could potentially be more prepared and help so that those stressors don't impact you as much as they did before.
So knowledge is power, basically. When Fitbit set out to develop this body response, I'm assuming you didn't set out to develop body response. You set out to figure out a way to assess stress levels in people that are wearing the Fitbit and then give them some sort of data. But when you set out to do this, was it more to help combat stress or just better gauge user stress levels? Like what was your goal?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we realize that we can't remove or eliminate the stressors in someone's life. So really our goal was to help our users gain more awareness of what these stressors are, when they happen, what they are, how they impact you. But also, we don't just want to tell you and notify you when they happen. We want to help empower you to take action and reflect on that so that you can build that resilience and be able to manage them better. And so our goal is really designed to help users gain that awareness to identify the patterns over time so that you can anticipate that potential stress, manage it better, and find out what works best for you. So we put a lot of importance into personalization because we realize that stress, like I said, is so personal, and how we manage it or what may be causing us stress could be very different. So we try to put the user in control because from a stress perspective, we realize the impact it can have on other parts of your health or well-being. So that's why the features that we provide a variety of options, either on demand, on your own time, that prompt notification, and really putting the user in control and empowering them to have that awareness and be able to take action.
Yeah, that's really, I think this is something that I feel like a lot of wearable companies haven't really been doing. So it's really cool that we're so focused on this now. So is there like, so you get the notification on your wrist that says, hey, boom, you're stressed. What's going on? Is there like a universal thing that people can do to help with that? Like a magic bullet response to this? Or is it also personal for each person?
I wish there was, but it really is so personal. As I mentioned, for me, I really identified the trends in my body. I noticed that I was getting these notifications when I was working late at night, and I wasn't aware that that was impacting my health. So it really is very personal. The stressors that you may encounter, how your body reacts, and how you build resilience, which is really going to empower you to manage those stressors, can be very different. And so while we can't provide that magic bullet for everyone, we really try to provide options for people to understand what might be best for them. And so if you're one of those people that really likes and enjoys and gets the most benefit out of a breathing exercise and stepping away and having that mindful moment, we have breathing exercises both on the device and a variety of them in the mobile app. But if you're someone like me, I actually like to get out and be active, and that's what works best for me. And so for people like me, we have anything from yoga to mindful walking to a variety of other workouts that you could do. And again, the beauty is that you can reflect on the device in the mobile app and have that moment to see what's actually working best for you so that you can use those later on.
So let's go back to what you were talking about of like how the system works. So you're stressed, and then you get a notification. You said a few minutes later. I'm assuming it's like because your heart rate has dropped, your sweat has gone down, or whatever. Like that's how it knows that your stress like peak is over, and then you get a notification a few minutes later. That's how it works, right? Okay, so let's say you're in the middle of an argument with your spouse, and you know you're starting to calm down a little bit, and then you get a ping like, "Hey, you're stressed," and that just like compounds the problem even more because you're just like you're already stressed out, you're already in the middle of it, and in that moment you can't do anything about it. What would you recommend for those kinds of situations? Like when you're like getting ready for a presentation, and then you're in the middle of a presentation and you're getting pinged. Like, what do you do then?
And that's exactly the reason that we intentionally built the feature so that it is a few minutes later. That was very intentional. Knowing that you're in that situation in the moment, doing that presentation, having that argument, and getting that notification might be stressful on its own. And so we didn't want to add to the stress. And so we intentionally made it a few minutes later where you have the opportunity to step back, reflect, but still reflect on what happened, why it was impacting you the way it was, and take action. And again, if you start to notice that you get that nervousness before a presentation or that stress, you could prepare for the next one. Take a few minutes before, do a mindfulness, do something that really helps you prepare for that so that it doesn't impact you as much. So identifying those patterns can help you prepare. But if it's things that you can't prepare for, like an argument, having that opportunity to reflect a few minutes later can really help you understand how to best recover from that moment and build that resilience over time so it impacts you potentially less the next time. And we really try to put the control in the user's hands. So we provide this notification that will provide that in the moment, slightly later notification, but the user can also turn them on and off at any time. And so for some people, they don't want that immediate in the moment notification. Some people like to reflect at the end of the day, look at their data, look at what happened that day, and take an opportunity to reflect and plan for their next day at whatever time is most convenient to them. So we really put the control in their hands to be able to do that. And also you can reflect at any time, both on the wearable or on the mobile app, and be able to refer your trends over time.
So we know that stress is bad, but is there such a thing as good stress? And what does body response do to differentiate, good stress and bad stress?
There is good type of stress. So we talked about earlier that a positive type of stress can give you that burst of stress that motivates you, helps you meet a deadline if you're preparing for a presentation. And those are day-to-day things that could happen. There's also bigger moments like planning a wedding, having a baby. They're exciting, but could also create a physical reaction to that event. And you'll notice that those events do get picked up by our devices as well. I personally picked up a friend that I hadn't seen in months at the airport last week and got a body response. And that was positive. We were really excited to see each other. And this type of stress could also show up as a physical response in your body. With the body response feature, our goal is really to create that mind and body awareness. So whether it's a positive eustress type of response, or if it really is distress or something that stimulates a stress response like caffeine, we want to help you gain that awareness. Either way, we want to help you understand what is going on and how your body's reacting to it, so that you can take the right next step for you.
The body response feature is exclusive to the Fitbit Sense 2, at least for now. Are there any future Fitbit devices that are going to come out that might be a little less expensive than the Sense 2 that will feature this, body response feature? Some people out there can't afford a $300 fitness tracker. So is there going to be something, a little bit lower in price for them in the future?
Well, I can't share much about our roadmap. I can say that we're always looking to bring innovation and health and wellness to more of our users. In the meantime, for other devices like Charge 5, we do have the Spot Check EDA scan app, which, although it doesn't provide the continuous tracking, it does provide an opportunity to reflect while you're doing a mindfulness session and get that response information about how your body's doing in that moment. Many of our devices also have the stress management score, which is more of a summary of how your physical stress is throughout the day. We also have a variety of different mindfulness content available within the premium subscription. And with premium, you also get the details of your stress management score.
So I want to end this on one final question, which is, what is the moonshot goal for body response? Like, what is it that Fitbit hopes to see from this feature further on down the road? because this seems like a really exciting development, but it also seems like it could have a lot of potential for growth. And I'm curious to know, like, what do you hope to see from body response?
Well, we're already seeing our users really gain benefit from that mind and body awareness that Sense2 is providing, and body response is able to provide them with that opportunity to identify those responses by detecting opportunities to take an intervention and reflect. And so our goal is to continue to provide personal guidance and help our users continue to understand what works best for them and really build that resilience. Similar to how we did it with sleep and how we've evolved sleep to help users better understand more about their sleep quality, but also what they can do to get better quality sleep, we're really focused on innovation that can help our users thrive and continue to gain that mind and body awareness.
Awesome. That's great. I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to see what you guys do with this because, yeah, it's something that is like tangibly useful to your life. You know, kind of similar, like you said, to sleep tracking, where it's something that you probably don't pay attention to very much until you get that data, and you're like, wow, like on Mondays at 9 a.m., I'm really stressed. Like maybe I should, you know, drink less coffee, or maybe I should go for a walk before I start my workday or whatever. Like having that knowledge is really useful. And it's just something that's not really possible without one of these things on your wrist all the time. So yeah, thank you so much. It's been great talking with you, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Likewise.